Okay, 1, 2, 3, step, and back. One more time, 1, 2, 3, step, and back. Okay, now, weight shifting, stationary stepping. Once we move into a stepping sequence, we want to continue those big steps going forward. You want to make sure that first step is big, and the next steps will follow. I always like to bring it back to a counting mechanism too. What I tell all of our clients with freezing of gait, you have to have an arsenal within your toolbox, because the same tip and trick will not work for a long period of time. Sometimes they might not work at all. We have to try different techniques to help that freezing of gait or elicit that release of that freezing of gait. If it's really severe, a couple things I recommend. Take a deep breath. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, what that does is it calms our sensory system down, right? A lot of times the auditory stimulation, the visual stimulation, the stress of taking a step, it heightens our anxiety and our stress up a lot. Freezing of gait is going to be exacerbated with additional stress. So let's try to limit that with a nice deep breath. Close your eyes. Then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, take a step. So oftentimes the initiation of that first step and the subsequent steps are really hard to initiate. So a lot of times a visual stimulation or a visual cue can help identify how big that step should be, and then can help you kind of continue it here going forward. So I put some rings on the floor. You can put pieces of tape on the floor, any kind of visual barrier, okay, or that you can step to. It takes the process, the thought process of taking a step out of it. So we were simplifying that movement pattern by just saying, step to that ring, step to the red ring, step to the next red ring, step to the blue ring, so on and so forth. Okay. If you're walking down the street with the sidewalk, using the sidewalk cut as a cue to step over instead of a barrier, right? Use that physical cue to step over that obstacle, okay? So what we're going to do from here, same thing we just practiced. Side to side shift, okay? And then we're going to step 1 foot in each ring, okay? Turning around, we're going to do the same thing coming back. Okay, so you're aiming for the center of that ring, all right? Final exercise to help with freezing of gait is to identify what a good step feels like. And oftentimes, our clients say that freezing is the worst at home, going into the closet, going into the bathroom, standing up from your kitchen table and walking to the restroom or walking to the kitchen sink, right? These often require a turn. They often require some tight spaces that we have to navigate. So let's take that idea, those tight spaces, those triggers, and completely take that out of the equation. This exercise should help. So what I always tell people to do is find point A, kitchen table, point B, kitchen sink. How many steps does it take me to get from point A to point B? Let's associate those steps with a number so we don't have to think about initiating the step. All we're thinking about is counting a number. So each step gets a count. All right, so what I'm going to do here is the same exercise that we did before. I'm walking through the rings, I'm turning around, I'm coming back, and I'm sitting back down. Okay, so we're going to start here seated. Every step matters. I'm going to count every single step. Okay, here we go. We're going to stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So oftentimes the turns require more steps. That's when the freezing starts. So every step counts, even the turn around and even as we come back to the chair. So, if that took me 18 steps, now my goal is 15 steps. Okay, so we're trying to reduce that number of steps, making those steps larger and more efficient. We're going to stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and down. Maybe we try to reduce by 1 or 2 more steps. Try to find what that optimal number of steps are, And that is your goal number of steps to try to hit anytime you're standing up and doing that functional activity. So I hope these exercises were helpful. Again, these are freezing of gait tips and tricks for people with Parkinson's disease. We are Movement Revolution. Think big, move strong, never quit. Have a great day.